updated braces experience video. This has been one of my most highly requested videos for the past 2+ years. I'm basically going to cover everything from getting them on to getting them off and the little details here and there about the whole procedure. So without further ado, let's just get started. So if you've watched my videos for a long time, you would know that before I got braces, I had a gap. My teeth were pretty straight and all, but the only thing that was really wrong with my teeth was there was a lot of spacing, and my orthodontist basically told me that I had a large jaw with smaller teeth, so that resulted in the spacing in my teeth. It was a personal preference of mine to get it closed, and that is not to offend anyone who has a gap in their teeth or anything like that. It was just a personal insecurity of mine, and I wanted to get it fixed. So I'm very thankful that I was able to get braces to fix that. It's been a long road, but basically I'm going to go through the steps and what happened at my consultation. By the way, guys, if you want to hear certain parts of the video, maybe you already have braces and you want to hear about how I got them off and that procedure after that or anything like that, the timestamps for everything will be linked down below. So basically, once I got there, they took a bunch of x-rays of my teeth and they showed me the different types of braces and explained to me the basics of braces. So the way that my orthodontist did things was very step by step. He didn't want to jump into anything too soon, and it goes slower, but in the end the same results are achieved with a little less pain. So the first thing I did after my consultation was get spacers, and even though I had space in the front of my teeth, I needed space on the back of the teeth, because to hold the braces in, they will apply like a metal little circle around your back molar, and they need space in your molars in order to do that. The spacers are really small, thick rubber bands, and they kind of just pop them into your teeth. And yes, it is very painful to chew and all that stuff, because I mean, your teeth are literally being pulled apart. I had to wear those for about a week, and then the next week I got the molar bands, which are the metal circle that goes around your molar. Basically, that is glued tight onto all 4 back molars of your mouth. It covers your whole entire tooth except for the surface, like on the top. So here is your tooth, and it would be surrounding all of it, and then here's the top of your tooth. Bare. Kind of looks like if you've ever seen someone who has like a filling with like metal. So he put those in my teeth. He put all 4 on, and those don't really hurt as much. It just kind of like weird to get used to that metal around your teeth, and I had those on my top and bottoms, but to eliminate the amount of pain, I got my top braces on first. So on February 19th, yes, I remember the day, it was my 8th grade year of school, I got on my top braces. Yeah, I have like pictures here. I don't really know how I'm going to insert them or use them, but I did take pictures especially for this video. I'm going to actually link my video down below of when I announced to you guys on camera that I got my braces on, and it is a huge difference. Braces kind of really change the shape of your jaw and make your face change as well, so that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so getting them on. So I got the basic metal braces. There's like porcelain clear ones and other things like that, but I just got the normal regular braces. Keep in mind, I was 14 years old at the time. Okay, so putting them on, I don't remember this as much as I do getting them off, of course, but I remember going in and they kind of fitted each bracket. The bracket is the little piece that goes on each tooth. So they kind of fitted each bracket to my tooth size and shape. So then they applied a thin layer of glue to each tooth, placed the bracket in place, and kind of pushed it to be perfectly aligned with how they wanted it to be. Yes, by the way, your mouth is scratched open at this point. You got a crazy thing like opening your teeth like this, just so that any saliva isn't messing with the glue or your lip or anything like that, you know? Then they take a little light and they kind of activate the glue, and that kind of sets it in permanently. So I started out with just regular rubber bands on each tooth, and I think my first color I picked was pink. I didn't feel feel much pain right after, but I would definitely recommend to take an Advil or something before your appointment, because later that night when I went to eat dinner, boy did I feel pain. I'm pretty sure my mom specifically made something on the softer side for me to eat, but it was painful, and I can't even imagine what would have happened if I had my bottoms on at the same time. It is a very different feeling, and especially when you've never had like pain in your teeth before, it isn't the most pleasant thing in the world. So yeah, then a month later I get my bottoms on, and they went through the same procedure, fitted it, everything like that. My bottoms weren't as bad as my top. They were pretty straight the same way, but spacing, of course. Looking back then I didn't think my gap was that big, but it was big. Okay, like I said, they just had regular rubber bands, and it was pretty painful. Alright, so tightening. Many people, when they hear tightening, they think that they take like screwdrivers and like tighten your braces. It's nothing like that. Basically, don't think of it like tightening, just think of it as an adjustment. And by the way, a lot of people have other processes that they have done to their braces, so my experience might be different than yours or anyone else's. But if you had the same problem as me, you might go through the same thing. And by the way, just a pointer, in the beginning, he actually told me that, you know how your front teeth are supposed to be a little bit in front of your bottom teeth. Like you're supposed to have a little bit of an overbite, but not like a super overbite. My teeth weren't as much of an overbite as they should be. They were kind of like a little bit overbite, but they're kind of in line. I was thinking that I would have to need rubber bands to pull my teeth forward, but I will go into that later. Okay, so adjustments. So for me, the adjustment every month, and for many, is a power chain. This word for me was so scary. I was talking to other people who had braces in the past, and they were like, oh my god, are you getting power chains? And I'm like, what the hell is that? Basically, instead of a singular rubber band that goes around one bracket, a literal chain of little rubber bands, pretty small, okay? So they take it, attach it all the way to your back molar, stretch and pull over each and every tooth. It is so painful, especially since I had a gap. It was pulling that together, like hardcore. And I thought the pain when I first got my braces on was bad. I had that back and forth on my teeth for the whole 2 years and 2 months that I had my braces on. Sometimes he would take it off, sometimes he would put it back on. I don't know why, I don't really have that explanation for you, maybe to eliminate pain, but they were both on my top and bottoms, and that was painful. I could not eat any hard foods. I could not bite into a sandwich. I could not do anything like that. I had to have like applesauce, pudding, cake, and stuff it in the back of my teeth or back of my mouth. I couldn't even have cereal, okay? And you can feel on your gums, my bottom gums are really, like, you could see the roots of my teeth, and they're really prominent because your teeth are constantly moving. The pain on the second day is pretty much worse than the day before when you just got them adjusted, but then the third day it starts to get less and less, and then the most I've ever had pain is 5 days max. Of course, your orthodontist is going to give you a list of things you can and cannot eat. So basically what they say you can't eat is any hard candy like Jolly Ranchers, gum, apples, or fruit unless they're cut up and stuck into the back of your mouth, popcorn, any Twizzlers, pretzels, believe it or not, or any hard chips, and I totally believe it because something happened to me. Ice cubes, you're not supposed to chew on ice cubes, and I will link any more over here if I forgot anything. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I broke all of those rules, and it only got me in trouble one time, and they didn't even know it was because of what I was eating. I chewed gum all the time, but be very careful. If you like to blow bubbles, don't. And I mean, you just have to keep it in the back of your molars and not play with it or bring it to the side of your mouth or the front of your mouth or anything like that. Just keep it in the back or stick to mints or anything like that. The kernels of popcorn get stuck in both your molars and your brackets, so yeah. But one time I was eating Doritos, it was a plain day. I was sitting in my bed watching Netflix, eating some Doritos. I take a bite like this, around like here, because that's where the bracket popped, and all of a sudden, I feel a little bit of pressure and something like popped off my tooth. And I was just like, what just happened? And I realized that a little tiny piece of the Dorito went into my bracket and popped it off. So I thought it was just the Dorito stuck in it. I get the Dorito out and my bracket is off my tooth, connected to the wire, and because it has the rubber bands, but I could literally like spin it around on the wire if I wanted to. And I was freaking out, thought it was such a big deal. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna have to have my braces on for longer. It's okay, no worries. If anything like that happens, just call your orthodontist. Don't be scared of getting in trouble, none of that. You have to get it fixed right away. And they just brought me in and had me sit down, glued my bracket back on, and that was that. So moral of the story is, if you're gonna break the rules, just be careful about it and know that there are risks and you could get in trouble. But yeah, also, food, hamburgers especially, anything that you bite into, a lot of breads and things like that get stuck in your braces, and it is absolutely disgusting, and it feels gross and it feels so uncomfortable, and you definitely don't want to be talking to someone with that. So they invented a lovely thing that I actually don't have any to show you. They're called proxy brushes. You can pick them up at any drugstore or Target or anything. That's where I usually bought them. And they are usually in the toothbrush section. And they come in a little pack. You could get as small as you want. They're little like brushes on a stick, and you basically stick them through each wire. They're totally safe for braces. Like if you ask your orthodontist, they'll tell you to get them. And you pop the food out of it, and it's pretty gross, but it's less gross than having to walk around like having food in your teeth. As for brushing your teeth and flossing and all that, I was super scared about all this, and you basically can use your electrical toothbrush. Let me just tell you, after an adjustment, it does hurt, so you just gotta be a little softer. So yeah, just brush your teeth completely normally. Just don't use any whitening toothpaste because you will get yellow squares. If you're using whitening toothpaste, it'll go on the spots that it can see your teeth, and it will be blocked from under. And I was definitely afraid of yellow squares. You should only be worried about yellow squares if you see like plaque building up around your brackets. Then there is a problem. You go to regular dentist cleanings. Let me just give you advice. If you're getting an adjustment, do not make the dentist appointment anywhere near that adjustment. So yeah, brush your teeth twice, even 3 times a day if possible, especially with braces, because you do not want yellow squares or anything like that. You just want to make sure you brush very, very, very well. As for the wires connecting to your molar bands, those can sometimes poke you. I have scars on the inside of my mouth from the wires and the brackets scratching me, like a lot of them actually, a little bumps. Right after you get an adjustment, your wire can be poking out in the back. Make sure you tell them and they will cut it for you. If not, they give you wax. I hated that wax stuff. I honestly did not find any point in it. Like, I would put it on, like you're supposed to rip it, mold it, and then kind of press it in the spot. It like fell off, and one time I almost swallowed it, and it's just, I don't know, but if wax works for you, use it. Sometimes when I was there, like a bracket on one of my molars would pop off, and I didn't really need those brackets, so I had like just an empty wire, and sometimes the wire will just pop out, like while you're eating, pop out of the molar bands. And the first time this happened, I freaked out. I did not know what to do at all, but at the end, I was a pro. You basically, if that ever happens, take a tweezer, and there's a hole in your molar band where that wire goes. You have to play around and bend it and put it back into the hole. And the first time, it'll take you a while, but you'll get used to it, I promise. So yeah, there's a bunch of little tidbits and all those things to remember about braces and all that kind of stuff. 2 years seems like so long, and looking back, it actually went so fast. It got a little long towards the end because I was like, alright, come on. They told me I was going to get them off like November of 2014, and then I got them off in April of 2015. It was a little bit of a dragged process. A lot of people get rubber bands, and this will attach to normally like your canine teeth, and you will have to wear them or to the back of your teeth. and those are very important to wear all the time if you want to get your braces off. I never had experience with them. I thought I would because of the lack of an overbite, but I just naturally ended up fixing itself with the braces and being pushed together. Just make sure you wear those. I hear those are really painful, but it's all for getting them off. If you have a problem, speak up. I had a problem, if you could maybe tell in videos a few months ago, where one of my front teeth was a little bit longer than the other, and it bugged the hell out of me, and Finn used to tell me that no one else could notice, but the fact that I knew it was there, I thought everyone could notice. I don't know if they could, but I definitely could, and when I pointed it out, you could definitely tell. So what he did, it was super painful, but he basically pushed my whole wire up and it was fixed right away, and then towards the end they actually shave all your teeth. I hear some people get new thicknesses of wires. I had the same wires for 2 years and 2 months. Pretty gross. Oh, rubber band colors that I don't recommend. Yellow, you think they make your teeth look whiter? No. I personally did not like red on me because it kind of just looked like I was bleeding. Green looks a little funky, like the light green. And black I didn't really like, but some people, I guess it looks good, but on me I just wasn't feeling it. And pink, looking back, it actually looks like your gums. So basically I, towards the end, went to pure silver just because I was sick of all the colors and they didn't match with my outfit, and I just wanted straight up silver. That is it across my teeth, and that is what I got. So I think I'm gonna go into the taking off process right now. So April 20th, I got my top braces off, since I got my top braces on 1 month earlier, and yeah, I had to do the same thing with getting them off. And plus, I will go into it more, but it's actually kind of painful, so I understand why he wanted to do them separately. So you get in there and you're super anxious, super happy. I was really anxious. I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna look like? All this stuff. I was so nervous. So he sat me down, and basically the first thing he did was pop my molar bands out, and then he says that I was going to feel pressure, but basically he pops the brackets. I didn't feel anything really, it was just kind of like click, 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 and that was that. And then your braces are off, and it's so weird because you feel all the glue all around. So then he takes this machine thing, and it's basically like a disc, and he goes and basically polishes your teeth and gets all the glue off, and then he shaves your teeth. The thing that irritated me, because my teeth were sensitive, is he's taking it, as you can see, my teeth are straight, and normally like when your teeth just grow in, you have like little bumps at the bottom of your teeth, and yeah, he had them shaved, and it was really sensitive because he's drilling. One of my vampire teeth were longer than the other. He was shaving that all off, and it was pretty sensitive, but it was pretty quick, and then they tell you to rinse out and everything, and then I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my god, and I couldn't tell if I liked it. I was like, oh my god, what if I think like this is so bad? What happened? But yeah, it was really weird, and let me just tell you, it felt so weird having them off, because you're used to having something like over, like blocking your lip, and it's just so smooth and like slimy, and yeah, it's pretty great, but pretty weird. The first thing I did actually was go from that appointment to Taco Bell, and then I had to go back to school because I had a mandatory meeting. So it was so weird eating and not having, I kept running my tongue along trying to get like food out, but I didn't have to do that, and it was just so amazing. After they make you rinse out, they take impressions of your teeth, and they also do that at the consultation. I forgot to even mention that. Impressions is basically like Play-Doh. People say it tastes really bad, but I don't think it's that bad. Basically, it's like in a little tray, and they push it and get a mold of your teeth, and they do that before and after. So after part is for your retainer. You could pick any retainer you want based on your orthodontist plan and all that. There's Invisalign retainers, there's the wired retainers, and I don't know about any other retainers. Those are the two most popular. I personally wanted the Invisalign retainer because I did not want a wire on my teeth because he did say I had to wear them 24 hours at first, and I did not want that. I was not having that. So yeah, they took the impression of my teeth and they made my Invisalign retainer, and I came in the next day for it. I was like, oh, it's just to mold my teeth, you know, no baby, whatever. The purpose of a retainer is to keep your teeth in the shape that they were formed. Let me tell you, I cannot stress this enough, you need to wear your retainer, okay? I know and I understand now why people wouldn't, but let me just explain. The next day I woke up and I saw the tiniest spacing in my front teeth. Like my teeth were pulling apart back to the way they normally were. And I was like, uh-oh, no, like what do I do? And my doctor was like, don't worry, you'll put this retainer in and it'll keep your shape and go back to the way that they were formed with the braces. Here's an example of my bottom one. I don't know if you can tell, it's basically just a tray outline on my teeth and you pop it in. But when I got it popped in, there was so much pressure. He like pushed it on my teeth, so your teeth move and it's actually so painful. You have a lisp, I will tell you that, and the pain goes away. It hurts when you take it off for the first 3 to 4 days, I would say. I'm still getting used to the bottoms a little bit. Basically, to overcome my lisp, I just wore it and then tried to talk with my tongue above it. But at first, for the first month, I had to wear the top retainer every day except when I was eating. I did cheat a little bit, I will be honest. I would leave it off after lunch and then until I had my snack and dinner and stuff, and I would put it on later. But I was smart about it. I knew that I always had to put it in at night because I needed that form to come, and if I felt that my teeth were tight and I was struggling to put my retainer on, I knew I had to wear it for extra long. Trust me, braces are expensive and you do not want to put your parents through paying for them again. So then I got the bottoms off. I expected the bottoms to hurt more with the shaving because my bottoms, I guess I thought they would be more sensitive. But it was the same thing, same experience. My gums were a little bit more sensitive on the bottom. But yeah, I'm not wearing it right now when I'm filming, but usually I wear it, especially because it's the beginning stages. And also, fun fact, the week before I got my bottoms off, he told me I can only wear my tops at night. So that was so great, and that's a plus. If you wear your retainers when you're supposed to, you might even have to stop wearing them during the day earlier. I've been trying to floss and brush my teeth really good lately because I finally have them off and I want to take care of my teeth. I've been drinking a lot with a straw. And yeah, I think that's about everything. I really hope that I covered everything that I possibly could have. If you have any questions, please tweet me, comment on my Instagram, comment down below, and I will try my best to reply. Or if I have any missed questions that were frequently asked, I will put them in the down bar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you guys enjoyed again, and I will see you in my next video. Good luck, guys. Bye!